Hi, Charlie with Applied Integration here again with another one of our Keep IT Simple video tutorials. Today we're going to show you how to calibrate your Datamax M Series special order and barcode label printer. Okay, so next we want to direct your attention to the front LCD panel on the front of the printer because we're going to show you how to set up and calibrate for the labels. Okay, so you can see on the front of the LCD panel display here that there's 5 buttons, and then there's menus and there's sub-menus. So there's some words written in white, some words are written in black. What we're going to do is we're going to press the menu or escape button here, and it's going to light up these little lights indicating that you're in the sub-menu mode. So in the sub-menu mode, right now it's saying menu mode, media settings. If we hit the enter button, it's going to take us into media types. And we'll go over and we'll hit reverse once. It'll say print head cleaning. We hit reverse again, it'll say sensor calibration. So we want to enter sensor calibration mode to calibrate the printer. So we'll hit the enter button again, and it'll say sensor calibration, perform calibration. So it's asking us, do you want to do it? We'll say yes. We're going to hit enter again here, and now it's going to say remove label stock, press escape key. So we're going to show you how to do that. Okay, so if you read now, it says remove label stock, which means you want to take all the labels out of the printer. You don't want to have any labels in the printer right now or anywhere near the calibration eye. And I want to draw your attention to the little numbers in the bottom right-hand corner. There's some parentheses or brackets there, and ours is alternating from 11 to 12. What that means is that the calibration eye right now is trying to sense something in the eye and there's nothing there. If that number's not alternating or you don't see that number, give Applied Integration a call because we're going to want to double check and make sure your printer's not damaged or isn't working improperly. Okay, so now we have the side view of the printer. And there's 3 steps to calibrating the printer. There's calibrating the calibration eye with nothing in, so it calibrates a first setting to kind of get the base. And then there's calibrating the printer with just the backing. So with no label on it, we want to calibrate with the backing. And then the third step to calibration is calibrating your printer with an actual label on the backing as well. So you'll notice my first calibration is with no labels in the printer. My calibrating arm is just sitting like this with nothing in it. And I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to push the escape button once. And that's going to calibrate the first calibration with nothing in the printer. Okay, so the next step, step 2, it'll say on your little LCD display here, scan backing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the labels off the backing. The backing needs to go shiny side down, so it would be labels down in this case. I'm going to slide it into the calibration arm, and I'm going to also push the escape button. So in the third step to calibration, it'll say on the LCD scan paper. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to slide your label onto the calibration arm so it's centered appropriately. You don't want the calibration arm to read the crease or the paper at this point. You want it to read the whole thing. So we slide that on there, and if you look over here on that LCD display, your numbers are going to change dramatically. Where our numbers originally were 11 and 12, when I slide the paper in, you can see that jumps to 140 something, 150. So that calibration's reading that there's a thickness on the paper with the label on it. Then I want to push escape again. Okay, so we finished the calibration, and now we are back at the screen where it'll say sensor calibration advanced entry. So we want to just hit the menu button here 3 times. That'll take us back to the main screen with the time and the date on it, and my ready light will be solid green. Okay, and the last thing we're going to show you is how to make sure your labels are in properly, all the adjustments are set, and that it's all closed up and ready to go for printing. So you just leave your labels in. You really don't need to do any alignment with the labels, but what you do need to do is make sure that this calibration arm is lined up correctly. There's a little white line on it, and it needs to be centered on the middle of the label. Then down here on the bottom, you've got this little green arm that slides up and down. What you want to do is slide that up and slide it in just so it's just right on the edge of the label so that your labels aren't going to slide back and forth and shift in the printer. And then back over here on the spool, there's this green adjuster knob as well. You want to slide that in so it's just right up against the spool. Not too tight because you don't want the spool to lock up on your jam. And then finally, on our ribbon itself, you'll take the ribbon arm and slide it down. You want to make sure your ribbon is as smooth as possible with no creases in it. Snap that arm into place, and then you can close up the side of your printer. You can hit the feed button once, make sure the labels are coming out, and then you're ready to go. Okay, so thanks for watching our video tutorial on calibrating your Datamax M-Series barcode printer. If you have any questions at this point, please call us at Applied Integration at 801-266-4888. Thanks again.